So, hello everybody. Today we are going to see what are the news and what are the new updates about the SaaS release 13.2. So we are going to cover here in this video what's new in manufacturing. So there are some interesting few points that have arrived in this new version. So first of all, our team is still working on the flexible consumption. So we are at the V3 right now. So the idea of that is to have a flexible consumption in your manufacturing order, which will help you have more flexible consumption for you and your clients. So there are two ways of testing it that we're going to see afterwards. The first one will be with only a manufacturing order, and the other one will be with a manufacturing order with several work orders. Second point I want to share with you is the improvement that have been made in the quality app, where right now in this new version we can set some products on a quality control point, and this will help you reduce the amount of quality checks you have in your configuration. We are going to see as well what has been done in the planning of work orders. So we are going to see what are the new improvements that have been made in terms of planning and in terms of changing the planning for the work orders depending by work centers. We have here one interesting feature that I think you might guys like. It's a better link between the purchase order, manufacturing order, and sales order when you're using the make-to-order route. So this will provide you a direct link to the different records generated. So when you create a sales order, for example, with a product that has a route with purchase and buy and make to order, on the sales order, you will be able to find directly the purchase order linked. It will be the same for manufacturing order and with different manufacturing orders with different subcomponents and stuff. This one is good. There are also been some general improvements in the usability. So in terms of you can now find the products that are subcontracted and in your products view, and you can also find in your contacts the different subcontractors you might have. There are other smaller improvements, so everything will not be covered in that video, but those improvements are a little bit lighter and doesn't change the workflow. So those improvements will prevent you to modify the orders of the operation in the planning of work order. It's a little bit linked to the planning. A new button that appears now on manufacturing orders with post inventory. This is basically the same that the one to Mark has done, but the thing is that it will be for users. This button will be for users and not only for managers as before. And there are some other usability improvements in MRP in general. So we're going to start with a workflow. So here, let's take RunBot in 13.2. So first of all, we are going to see the flexible consumption. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going here in manufacturing, master data, and I'm going to create a new product. So I'm going to create here a finished product 1. That's a storable product, and of course, you need to put the manufacturer route on it. What we are going to do also is that we are going to create only 2 components. Here, component 1. The root is not that important here. And we are going to duplicate it to create the component number 2. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to create a bill of material for my finished product with my 2 components. So here, bill of material, create one. My finished product, quantity 1, that's okay. And my component 1 and my component 2. So here, pay attention that in the consumption setting of the bill of material, you have to set it as flexible, otherwise it won't work. So we're going to save that. And now what we can do is that when we go to operations and create a manufacturing order, so here we're creating a new one for my finished product 1. I have here my 2 components that appear. Just one thing before that, I will just go to my products and here add some quantities so we are not blocked by this. Update quantity, create, let's put a lot of quantities so we can do a lot of testing. Here for my 2 components. Okay, so getting back to my manufacturing order. So here I have my manufacturing order number 5. I can mark it as to do. Right here, you can see that the state will change. So it comes from draft to confirmed. But here, even if it's confirmed, what I can do, well, I can check availability before or after. I don't care. But here, I can edit it and add new lines in my manufacturing order. And here, on this specific manufacturing order, I can add the products I want. I'm going to put 5 screws here, for example. It's going to appear in my list. So in my list of components to produce. And when I'm going to produce, I'm going to have all those components directly. So I can save it and then mark it as done. So here that allows, this new feature allows you to, even if your manufacturing order is in the confirmed state, you can add some products, and so that gives you more flexibility to adding product in your manufacturing orders. No, we are going to see how it works with work orders. I think that's even more interesting that it already is. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a new product, which will be my finished product 2. That is going to be manufactured as well. So I'm going to save it. And what I'm going to do this time is that I'm going to create a routing with it as well. So here I'm going to create a routing 1. Well, we are going to start just with one operation here. Select, well, the assembly line 1. Okay, so I can save and close. Saving it. And then I'm going to create a new bill of material for my finished product number 2. I'm going to set my new routing 1, and I'm going to add the exact same components that I had before. Component 1 and component 2. Okay, so now I have even more ways to add products during my production on a confirmed manufacturing order. So what I'm going to do is that I'm create a new manufacturing order for my finished product number 2. Okay, save it, mark as to do. It doesn't change so far. So here it's in confirmed, and I can still here. No, I forgot to put my bill of material as flexible. So when I told you it was important, that wasn't a joke. So here I'm going to set the flexible consumption. So here I'm going to recreate a new manufacturing order. Going to delete this one if I can. Yes, and I'm going to create a new one. So I will add my product, my finished product number 2, and here I mark it as to do, check availability. So do not plan yet, because if you plan it, you will not be able to add some components directly in the manufacturing order. So that's important to know. But here it's not planned yet, so I can edit it and then here add a component. So I'm going to put a bolt this time, yes, with 2 quantities, and I can even decide the operation in which I will consume this new product. So I'm going to save and close, save it, and I'm going to plan it. So here, that's not over yet. I can still here in my work order view. So here I have my only work order for that manufacturing order. And here in the tab current production, I can actually add some components as well. So here, I'm going to put here a screw, for example, and I'm adding for this specific work order directly some products. And here, when I'm going to process my work order, and as if you remember well, we've seen in the SaaS 13.1, here, when I go to the 3 lines, I can add a new component as well. So this time I'm going to put the whiteboard pen here, add the component, and then continue our manufacturing workflow. So here I'm validating it, mark it as done. And so here, when I will go back to my manufacturing order, you will see that you will have 2 types of line. You have lines in green. So those are the products that you added before planning the work orders. So it's the products and the new products have been sent, are included in the bill of material or have been added before the planning of the work order. And in the red lines here, you will find the different products you added in a work order or in the work order tablet view. And then you can mark it as done and finish your manufacturing order. So that was it for the flexible conception. What we're going to see now is about the quality app. So there was a change there as well, as I said. So here, if we go to the quality app, we go to quality control point, and we are going to create a new control point. Here, we are going to create control point 1. And here you have a new many-to-many field where you can add the different products you want to set. So for example, I'm going to put component 1 in my operation manufacturing, or here I'm going to put my finished product, sorry. I'm going to put here my finished product 1 in my manufacturing order. Here I have the operation, and here I can still put the work order operation if needed. But I'm going to save it, and here, as this is a many-to-many field, I could put a quality control point for all my finished product if I wanted to. And then you will follow the regular manufacturing process with creating a manufacturing order and stuff. So now let's see what we can find in the what are the new updates in the planning of work orders. So here I'm going to modify a little bit the routing I created earlier. So my routing number 1, I'm going to edit it, and I only have one operation here, but I'm going to create operation 2 here to the drill station, and operation 3 here with, I'm going to take the drill station again. So I'm saving and closing. So here, I'm going to create a new manufacturing order for my finished product 2 that is associated with my routing. So here, finished product 2, so my routing is directly appearing. I mark it as to do. I check availability. I should have some components. Here I see that I have the quality checks that appear, but I'm going to plan it. And what's going to be interesting here is that if I go to my planning by production, or let's take the work centers here, I'm going to see that by day. Small improvement as well is that now on this planning, you see the hours that you defined on your different production. So you see here the little boxes in gray. That means that normally you're not producing at that moment. And so, for example, here I start production at 8 a.m. and I finish at 17 p.m. And I have 1 hour here during lunch, for example. But no, it appears directly in my planning, so that's easier to plan it. So here, for example, I see my 3 operations. So for my finished product 2, operation 1, finished product 2, operation 2, and finished product 2, operation 3. But here I could, and before that's what I could do, I could, for example, putting this before my operation 3, before my operation 2, and I had no error message. No, you will not be blocked by doing that. But here on the upper left corner, you will see a little red thing, and when you click on your work order, directly from the view, this pop-up will appear with all the information that you have, and you will see this little logo. So here, this logo will do, and when you go there, you will see that the vocoder should already have been processed, and it's scheduled before the previous vocoder, and you have the planning of that vocoder. So if you click on it, you can here replan it directly and save it, and automatically it will be set as before to optimize your production. So here, yes, when you modify, one thing to know, which is important, is that, for example, if I change the work center I will use for that work order, when I'm going to replan it, here, automatically it will appear after my operation 2, but on the new work center I set. So here you could imagine that it allows you to do a lot of stuff, and it increases the flexibility of your work order planning as well. So now a big part that I think you guys are going to like. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to create a new product. Okay, so creating a product here, going to product 1. So here we're going to put it as storable, and here in the routing of that product, I'm going to put by an MTO, make to order. So I'm going to save that, and now when I'm going to sell this product, so I'm going to create a quotation for Azure Interior. I'm going to put my product 1, sell, I don't know, 5 units. One thing I have to do first, of course, is on my product to set a supplier. So here, purchase, add a vendor. We are going to buy it from Coin Gourmand, price of 100. Okay, so here on my quotation of, was it this one? It was this one. When I'm going to confirm this, automatically I'm going to generate the PO, which is the standard behavior of the make to order route. But here you can see that I have a new widget that appears with one purchase, and so directly from my sale order I can find all the information related and the purchase order generated by this. So here I can find my purchase. I see my request for quotation, PO 15, and here on my purchase order I can find the sales that is linked to it and the sales that generate this purchase order. So this is nice for purchase order, but we also have that now for manufacturing order. So here it will require a little bit of setting. I need to create the new master data. So here we are going to take this finished product 1, and what we're going to do is that we are going to add a subcomponent 1. Okay. And for this subcomponent 1, so here I'm going to create a bill of material as well. So subcomponent 1, I'm creating a bill of material with component 3, which is a new product I will create, for example. Okay, and only this. And here what is important now to do is that on the root and the routing of my component, my subcomponent, subcomponent 1, here I need to set it as manufacturer and make to order. So that means that when I'm going to generate my my parent manufacturing order, automatically it will generate my my manufacturing order and my child my manufacturing order child. So here I'm going to create a manufacturing order with my finished product 1. Okay, so I have my component 1, component 2 that appear, and my subcomponent 1 that appears as well. I save it. I mark it as to do. I'm checking the availability. So of course I need my subcomponent 1, and I can see directly here that I have that appear a child manufacturing order and a widget that allows me to see it directly. So if I click on it, automatically I'm redirected to my new manufacturing order, the manufacturing order that has been generated from my parent manufacturing order. And here I have a widget that allows me to find the source manufacturing order. So here, I think this option opens a lot of new possibilities in terms of follow-up of the production or the sales, and ease a little bit the use of the make to order route that wasn't always very clear before, what we could, and to find all the traceability of what has been generated and this kind of stuff. So now this option allow you to navigate more easily between all those manufacturing order, purchase order that are generated automatically. What do we have as well? So we also have, and it will the last point we will see together, is that now it's a little bit easier to find in terms of usability. It will be easier to find, for example, the subcontracted product that you have or the different subcontractors that you might have. So, for example, we are going to create here a new product, which will be a product, which is storable. Let's save it. And here we're going to create a bill of material for that. Here, subcontracted product. I'm going here to set on the bill of material the subcontracting option. And here I'm going to add, I don't know, only one component. Okay, and here obviously add a subcontractor, which will be, I don't know, Gemini Furniture. So here I'm saving it. And now I can find the information when I'm going to go on my product, for example, and I go to my filters here, I can find here the can be subcontracted. So that allow me to find this information way more easily on the product side. And now if I'm going to my contacts, I have here in the fast search, I can find directly the subcontractors as well. And so here I will see that Azure Interior is a subcontractor and Gemini Furniture is a subcontractor as well. So that's it for the biggest points of this new release of manufacturing in 13.2. So do not hesitate if you have any question to come see me or about manufacturing, and yes, tell me if you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.